Hello, my name is Kevin Ott, and I'm doing a presentation on Thomas Jefferson and his legacy for the American Revolution class at Liberty University. Historians must be objective and honest in their investigations and must be dedicated to the reasoned and investigated reconstruction of primary sources. I hope to do that in this presentation. Thomas Jefferson's legacy is one that is multifaceted, and he had a role in many influential occurrences over the developmental years of the colonial and early America.
When people evoke Jefferson's name, most would gravitate to his contributions to the independence movement and his authoring of the Declaration of Independence. However, Jefferson is so much more than that, than the author of one of the most influential documents in world history. Jefferson contributed in many ways, such as setting the precedents for religious freedom in Virginia and throughout the country, establishing firm boundaries on presidential powers. However, in the same breath, he spearheaded an unprecedented land purchase that tested those very same restrictions he championed.
As all these accomplishments warrant further explanation and research, the time restrictions limit the opportunity to cover them all with the detail they deserve. Therefore, the majority of the presentation will speak about Jefferson's views on executive power and the many contradictions that he made during his presidency.
Jefferson viewed the development of the constitutional government that was thrust upon the nation in the late 18th century with disapproval, as he launched the first political party to oppose Washington's administration, waged war against what he viewed as a gross overstep in Hamilton's Department of the Treasury. He viewed these occurrences as a motivation to rescue the country from the threat of monarchical subversion. Jefferson, during his presidency, sought to reduce the size of the military, lower taxes, enhance the majority rule, and reduce the size of bureaucracy, thrusting the country towards a goal of an agrarian republic. However, as Jefferson stressed for small government and limits on executive powers, he operated many times in stark contrast to these claims. He ended up strengthening the presidency by restricting courts, managing Congress, and heading an effort to purchase Louisiana from the French.
While his executive legacy is one of great importance, as he thrust America into 6 straight terms of Virginia executives, and his understanding of executive power is complex and warrants extensive research. Another major milestone, and something that would surely be at the top of Jefferson's own list of accomplishments, would be his quest for religious tolerance and equality.
In the Virginia Statute for Establishing Religious Freedom, passed in 1786, it was in opposition to a tax proposed to support certain Christian denominations in Virginia, which led James Madison to reintroduce Jefferson's bill. Jefferson affirmed that the rights of Virginians to choose their faith without coercion and separate the church from the state sponsor was essential to not infringe on our natural rights. Jefferson wrote that the Almighty God hath created a mind free, and all attempts to influence it only begets habits of hypocrisy and meanness, and are a departure from the plans of the holy author of our religion. This interpretation would be seen later on throughout the U.S. and in his letter to Baptist ministers, which would be a crucial primary source to reiterate this stance by the U.S. Supreme Court.
While this presentation only touched on a few of Jefferson's many contributions, it is important to note that Jefferson's vision for society and personal accountability had lived on in America for centuries. But I'm sure that it does not take much research to know what Jefferson's views on his legacy are. All you need to do is view his gravesite at Monticello, where it reads, "Here was buried Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of American Independence, of the Statute of Virginia for Religious Freedom, and father of the University of Virginia. Because by these, as testimony that I have lived, I wish most to be remembered." These accomplishments may have been most dear to him, but Jefferson contributed so much more than I think he could ever have fathomed in his time. Thank you.